Hello, everyone. It's been a while, and I was really called to make this video tonight because, first of all, I've been postponing to do videos for a while because of fear, and I wanted to address that fear tonight, and even it's stuck to my throat. I can hardly speak right now, but I know that I need to speak up my truth more and more, like all of you. We are called to do this, no matter how many likes or how many views whoever is watching this. Doesn't matter the number of people. What matters is me speaking out, me getting out there, me doing what I want to do, no matter what. So, this is why I'm here tonight. And of course, I don't feel like I want to talk about what's going on in the world, even though it has an effect on all of us as we know it. I feel that we should talk about love now, and I feel that we should honor each other into being here at this moment on earth as light beings, surrounded by other light beings who have all suffered through the 3D matrix all of these years. It has come to an end. Now we are called to really go into that trauma and lift ourselves up, no matter what our opinions are about what happened. We have to be responsible right now as adults. We have been looked at as children, and we have been looked after as if we were children all of our lives. These programs have to end right now. And being responsible is part of the end of those programs. If I might say, every day is a challenge for me to be a better person, to show up as I really am, to also honor what I learn, practice what I preach, and what I have preached all these years. So I can only speak from experience now, not from what I heard or what I read. This is my experience. This is my story. I lived to tell. What I know now for a fact is that I am happier than I have ever been. Even if the darkest times, even then, I'm still happier because that road, I'm I've never been on it really as presently as I am now. And that is a gift. That is really a gift. I'm proud of myself. And sometimes I catch myself uh, banging on my head that I'm not where I wanted to be. I'm not whatever. But when I look back, the past 2 years, I don't even recall almost where I was at because it's been such a ride. And the changes are so deep that it all makes sense now. And even if I want to look further back, it's becoming a blur more and more. I feel as if it was completely another life in another body experience. It's fascinating. And sometimes I even get lost in this here moment as if I'm not here, but I'm here physically. I don't know if that happened to you, but the first time it happened to me was about this time of the year last year, around May. I was driving my car, and all of a sudden, I didn't know where I was, but I knew where I was, but I didn't know where I was. It was so weird. It was so weird. I was driving and I was like, what am I doing here? Where am I supposed to go now? I had no more normal reflexes, sort of. I don't know the words that are quite that justifies that episode that I had lived last year. But I remember trying to find a place where I could park my car. So I went in the parking lot of a supermarket, and I stopped the car, and I was going to visit a friend, right? And I stopped the car, and I'm like, oh my God, what is happening to me? I feel like I'm in a movie right now. I feel that all of this is fake. I could actually see it like in 2D almost. It was really, really weird. And I got out of the car, and the first reflex that I got was like, go get a drink, something to drink, like sugar, juice, something. I need to drink something. And as I was walking towards the store to buy something to drink, there were people around, you know, the the surroundings, and I would look at them and I would really see them as if they were actors. Really, literally, I felt like I was in a movie. I felt like all of this around me wasn't real, and I only focused on the fact that I wanted to get a drink, right? And because I told myself if I get a drink, I'm going to come back like in my body because I'm going to, you know, have something in me to bring me back here, sort of. That was really, really something else. I knew that I was safe. I knew that I could connect with my subconscious, that I was okay, but my body was like not at the same place. It was really, really funny, as if there were two of me, sort of, if I can explain it that way. So I drank my juice, right? And I felt a little better, but I had to go back in my car. And I came up to my friend, and I explained this to her. She's an energy therapist too, and I explained that to her, and she says, "You know what? My friend just texted me, and she just lived exactly the same thing as you, exactly the same thing." And I'm like, "What? Are you serious?" So at that moment, maybe we were even more than two people on earth living that exact same thing, right? So I knew that I wasn't on the same. As I was talking to her, we started to analyze this, and I knew that I wasn't on the same in the same dimension as everybody else. So I know since that moment that when I feel like that, it's like because I'm like sort of like quantum jumping to another dimension, and then I come back. It's just like little tests or little episodes where my higher self or whatever is showing me how is it going to be when I change dimensionality, right? So that happened last year, and it happened again sort of like this week, or 2 weeks ago too. Yeah, I don't, the time goes by so fast right now. And I was sitting in my home, in my sofa, and I could like literally ask, what am I doing here? What am I supposed to be doing? It's really, really special to feel this. And I don't know if you guys, it happened to any of you. Um, and I can also feel that my body is literally transforming. My skin is so dry. Um, my food intake changed like drastically since the last month. I cannot eat anything I want anymore. Um, Sometimes I can eat meat, but what, 3 times a year now, almost. The rest of the time, I try to eat like vegan pates or green juice. My body really needs these green juices. It's unbelievable. And that water, alkaline water, my body just needs it. It's like, I'm not drinking even enough. So I'm trying more and more to listen to what my body's asking, what my body wants. And I don't feel that it's changing something emotionally, but it's changing something digestively. So I don't have to digest all the time what I'm eating or intaking. I have allergies. I'm sorry. So this is really fascinating, and I try to explain this to people around me, and they don't understand, right? So it's getting harder to communicate with words for me. I don't know if it's the same for you. In my head, when I speak, it's so clear, it's so fast. But when I speak now, I have to look for my words a lot more. It doesn't come as easily as I wish it would. As I wish it would. Um, I sleep better. Sometimes I don't sleep that much, but I sleep better. Um, I have been dreaming about a lot of old friends coming in my dreams that I'm like, what the heck? How did I dream about him or her? I mean, I haven't seen them in so many years, but they come up in my dream. So I know that in my dreams, I am actually healing a lot of deep, 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 deep traumas because sometimes these people have appeared in my life when I used to work in bars and everything. So I know that at that time I wasn't in my body. I was sort of just surfing on, that wave of working in bars and everything. Even though I haven't been a very intense drinker, I used to drink, but it was always just for fun, always just for fun. I was never addicted to any drugs or any alcohol or even cigarettes. Even if I smoked a lot when I drank, I was never addicted by any of that. The addiction I have is more of a emotional dependence that I realized in the last few months. And what I have learned is that I didn't think I was still dependent, but I am, just by wanting to go back to people that are not contacting me. I feel that I should help everyone. I've always felt like that. But now I understand that I cannot help everyone and that I'm here to help myself. Because whenever I read something or something pops up or whatever, I always think about sharing it with others, sharing it with others, sharing it with others. I never think it's for me first. So now I'm really grasping the fact that when I receive these messages or this, let's say a video pops up and or something else pops up, I always take it for me first, because sometimes we want to share because we want to help others, but the fact is that if we receive it, it's for us, to integrate it first, and then we can also share and not teach, because teaching is sort of like another dependence that I learned. Because if I want to teach to somebody what I learned, isn't that a part of controlling other people? What should they do or shouldn't they do? When I think about that, it makes sense for me, because I would love to change everyone, you know, so they can better themselves. And the fact is, I can't. I don't have any control over anyone else but me, right? So this is what I learned. And that dependence was based on the fact that since I have um, to give myself more love, I realized that it was harder than I thought to give myself all of the love that I want to give to others, right? It's so big. And the dependence behind that need to help is, um well, let's say I meet this person, right? And we talked and we shared, and let's say we said, we should get together sometimes and go walking. Yeah, me too. I really need to go in nature more. I really need to walk outside more. So let's do this together, right? Okay, perfect. Here's my number. Here's my number. We'll call each other and we'll go have a walk, right? And this really happened. And this person just got out of addiction and everything. So I really felt that he wanted help, right? And then days go by where all of a sudden it doesn't fit for me to call him and go and have a walk, right? But I know that he's on this path of his life where he needs somebody, to go and have a walk with him sometimes, to just so he can change his mind. He's tired of staying at home, blah blah blah, the same story like everybody else right now. And me on the other side wanted to help him, and I was like, oh well, it's going to help me too because I need to go outside, I need to go and take a walks more, blah blah blah. But then 3 4 days go by and I haven't called him, and I feel uh that I should have, and I feel responsible, and then it starts in my head to go and go around that, well, what is he going to think of me? I told him I would go. I don't feel like going. I don't have time to go. Or I really don't feel to talk with somebody who's not at the same place as I am, because it's not to be, how do you say that in English? I don't want to sound like my ego is up, like I'm better than him. It's just that I've helped so many people in that same position in my life that I'm like, wow, okay, another same, I know what I can do for this person, but this person needs to do it for himself. And that's when I got the message that I am not responsible for nobody else but me, and what he thinks is not my responsibility. And that was really, and it's still very, very, very difficult for me to not be dependent of what he will feel or what he will think of me. Even if I know who I am, I know I'm not a bad person. I know that inside I wanted to help him, but it's just my dependence on be feeling needed that was fed through him. But when I look back, I've always done that. I've always gone to people who needed me, so I would feel needed, and I would consume the dependence of being looked at as someone who is helpful and like a coach like person. So that was something else to work with, and still is, where I'm not past that program, of course, but I'm asking my guides to help me. And the more conscious I become about these programs, the more I feel I'm letting go of stuff that surround that programming. Because at the beginning of this pandemic, there was like sort of like a rush. You guys wake up, you gotta wake up, you gotta wake up, you gotta wake up, as if it was like gonna be, okay, I gotta wake up now or else I'm gonna miss the boat, and what am I gonna do, right? And we can't do this in a hurry, right? I mean, I'm 46 years old. I cannot reprogram myself in a year when I've been programmed for 46 years, right? And even if I wasn't programmed 100%, I was still programmed. I still have programs. It's like a computer, you just can't take the hard disk out and put another new one in and just boom, I'm deprogrammed and I have new programs now. And we have to be careful because this is good, because programs out, new programs come back in, and you think that you're okay, but then you see it's another program. So this is what we're living, I think, right now. It's like we're walking out of certain programs, beliefs, paradigms, thoughts, whatever, actions, but there are other ones coming in, and you have to really be careful of what you want to not attach to, because you have to detach from, but you have to be careful for what you are carried on to or brought to, because it's still easy to be programmed because we were taught to be programmed all the time. So to be in the moment, present moment, is a day to day, hour to hour, minute to minute uh, process. Let's call it that way. So I find it so fascinating, even if some days I'm like tired of it and I just want to go back to normal. Me too, you know? I just want to go back to getting a job, being paid, going home, and whatever, just like, because another thing that I realized, we will all want to be free, thinking that freedom is so liberating. But freedom is work, you know, because freedom comes with choices, and choices comes with responsibility. So I'm just going to write it down because freedom freedom equals choices, and choices equal responsibility. So the more freedom you want, the more responsible you have to be, right? Because if I want to be free, well, I got to know what I want, really want. If I want to be free, I really need to know who I am to make the right choices. If I want my freedom, if I want to be free, well, I have to be on my own and not depend on anything. So detachment from all, from everything. Detachment from money, detachment from material, um, uh, consuming, um, detach from relationships, from people, from everything. So freedom isn't something that is easy. The 3D was easy because we would be told what to think, what to say, what to do, whatever, you know? Well, it's easy. I find a job, I go to work, they pay me, I pay my imposition, I get a car, I pay the car, I go to the grocery store, always set up. I got to do this if I want to have more later on. I got to do this right now so I can have bigger house like later on. I got to do this right now if I want to have vacation in a year. I have to do this right now. Everything was all planned out. That was people, they still think that was freedom because they could do whatever they want, they think. But you were still in a program, in a box, in a cage. And the Truman Show. Everybody left the house at the same time. Everybody came back to the home at the same time, and whatever. So freedom comes with choices. Choices goes with responsibility. So getting more and more responsible of my own being is a challenging every day, hour to hour, minute by minute, new life. And then we hear that we are the creators and we're here to create. We're here to co create with beings, invisible beings of light and everything. But I mean, in the concrete right now, even though I feel them, I know they're here, I communicate with them and everything, it's still all new. And I am a people person. I've always been working in services with people, restaurants and bars and shops and everything. So I love the contact, and I'm still working in a shop right now, and I love the contact with people. So I'm having a hard time keeping contact with the invisible people. So this is another thing that I'm learning, and to be a creator. So just um, be in the moment of your thoughts, your beliefs, what you say. But I mean, how can you live if you're always thinking about what you're thinking, what you should think or not, what you should say or not? I mean, at one point it got me so stressed out that I couldn't even sleep, you know? Oh no, I can't think that. I gotta rethink this thought, you know? I mean, these thoughts just come up. We have 70,000 thoughts a day. I can't control all of them because all of them are not true, right? They're just thoughts. But then they say your thoughts make your reality, but they say the thoughts aren't true. So how can thoughts make your reality? And this just coming up as I'm talking to you. I'm thinking this out loud right now. How can these thoughts be your reality if these thoughts aren't true? Hmm. So my reality would be my actions, because we wouldn't have to think. Thinking is human. And right now, I don't think we can go on living without any thoughts in what we have now, in our reality, illusionary reality here, you know? And if I elevate myself in another dimension or frequency, I still have thoughts. So I think it would be more effective if I just swipe them in a way. Because I guess that without being here on earth, you have no thought. But the density probably makes our thoughts. But maybe I'm going too far in this, but I'll have to think about that. Hmm. I'll look into that. So, what I'm doing right now to help me just have a little more easiness, if I might say some things when I'm not top shape, mentally or physically, you know, like this portal tomorrow, 555 again. I play a little Animal Crossing to help me um, have other thoughts. Because while I'm playing Animal Crossing, I'm building my new world. And it's funny because it really relaxes me in a way. And I can go on the beach and listen to the waves. I just sleep on my back on the beach and I can listen to the waves and I'm there, you know? So Animal Crossing, my son is 9 years old, right? So, and I've never played video games in my life except when I was, I think, 18 or something. We would smoke weed and we'd play video games, right? With my new boyfriend and everything. But since then, not really. And my son has been playing Animal Crossing and he's been playing with Fortnite, which for me, it's over. No more Fortnite. It's finished, done, dealt with, whatever. And he's been playing Animal Crossing, and I said, "Oh, I want to play with you. Let's try this." And he taught me what it was, so I really liked it. So we're playing together, and we're building this island, and it's really, really fun. And my son is very, very open to energies, and he is amazing. I mean, wow, 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 wow. I know he's not alone like this. And I mean, he has so much empathy. It's like mind blowing for a 9 year old. I'm like, wow. Even though I'm the adult and he's the child, we're equals. I see it that way. We're equals because we're here for the same experience, right? He's 9, I'm 46. Of course, I'm his mother, but I mean, I'm also here living the experience at the same as he is, just on another level of time. Because comprehension sometimes can be the same. I mean, he's been saying stuff to me that an adult would say that would, and that doesn't surprise me, but it's still fascinating, really, really fascinating. To what point? Like, he's right on. He can't, he's got the channels. I mean, he can channel. That's really fascinating, and it's amazing, and it's beautiful, and it's, oh wow. So we've been playing this game together, and it's really, really helped me just be in the moment, I guess. And it's helped me through certain fears also. Yeah, because I used to play at the beginning, and I have to get the money, I have to get the money, I have to get the money. And I'm like, why? Why do you have to get so much money? Why do you need that bigger house on the game? I know it gets the game up and everything. I know all that, but it actually made me have reflection on, or thoughts on how I always lived my life, right? So that's fun. And I also wanted to come on tonight because I saw yesterday's live with Lori and Phil, and I really liked it. And I love the way they go deep into things, you know. But I also felt like I've been listening to them for a while now, and I'm also like, we each have our own truths on what we've lived here on earth, and we have all lived some traumas. Whatever the trauma was, we're all bruised, almost the same, right? So it brought to my attention that I feel I need to stop listening to these videos, because only because I got it, you know? Before I used to watch them because I was uncertain of certain stuff, but now the more and more I listen to exterior, I see that we are connected and the collective and everything. So now I feel I don't need to go validate as much because I get it. I get it. You know, I get it that we have to be here in the moment. I get it that we have to create. I get it that the only thing I can do right now is be here in the now. That's the only thing I can do. The only thing I can do. And that is a lot, because we were so used to working hard, and but just being here in this moment is enough. Get my frequency, my vibration up, and love myself more and accept myself more and have compassion for myself more. This is what I have to do right now. Have compassion more and have compassion for people around me, even if they don't think the same as I do, even if they don't do what I want them to do. It's their own lives, it's their own experience, it's their own journey. And I have mine. And I have to take care of my journey right now because this is awesome. Being here is awesome. Being here on earth. And I feel that I'm starting to remember more and more and more of all the lives that I've had as a light being. And I see more and more of my light streaming through. And I know that in my way, even if I don't speak, I'm changing the world. I'm changing the world because I go inside me. So I am being the change I want to see in the world, right? I am an example. And the more I do that, the more I am responsible with what I want and need and give it to myself. My look on myself is changing, it's evolving, and I have more compassion, more and more compassion, and more knowing that I am not alone in all of this. I am not alone in all of this. I feel my body's changing. I feel rotation in my body when the frequencies are up. I feel my ears are changing or something's codes or whatever in my ears are appearing. I can feel that there's something going on, and I don't want to take other people's experience and make it mine like I used to before. Even if it's collective, even if I feel the same as 20,000 other people right now, it's still me and it's still you. We are not the same, even if we're one, but we are not the same. This is my experience, and I really feel that the changes are for me to do. And the example that I mirror out to the world, well, it can only be the best for me, you know? Because if I make the changes, well, I'm going to benefit from them in the times to come. So, um, is there anything else? It will seem as time slows down, but it's not. It seems like everything is stopped, but it's not. And this time that we have right now, if you think there's nothing going on, well, it's for the best. It's for the best. You know, I love the job that I'm doing. I'm working with amazing people, positive. I laugh. I have joy. And I feel love and I'm progressing, and I love progress. I mean, I'm never the same person from month to month. So this is really, 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 really fun, even though it can be really challenging too. I have my days where it's not easy, but I learned to accept that. And I just tell myself, feel it, don't go into it. Just feel it, don't go into it. And I ask for the next moment. Next moment, please. Next moment, please. And I ask for help. Now I need help. I really need help. I need you. I need help. I need to get through this, but I need your help. And they're always there. They're always there. So I hope this video helped you in a way. It has helped me. And probably another video soon. No time, no plans. So I'll see you. Bye bye.